What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today I'm super excited to announce a brand new series I'm starting with this video right now. It is going to be the JDM Car of the Month, where I'm going to feature a different JDM legend once a month to give you guys something to look forward to and kind of give you an in-depth look of the JDM legends that we all love and we all know. I'll go ahead and start off by saying today I'm going over to my buddy's house and I'm going to meet up with him. He has a white R32 GTR, and I felt like it's a perfect way to kick off this series because it's probably one of the most iconic JDM legends in the entire world. I know me growing up as a little kid in America, I dreamed of the day where I'd actually see a Skyline GTR, specifically an R32, because that was Godzilla. Growing up, I just remember seeing it in the magazines, playing it in video games, Gran Turismo, whatnot, and I couldn't wait to actually see one in person. So I want to share that experience with you guys for those that may not have seen one. And not only a Skyline GTR, but all the awesome JDM legends. I'm going to be doing a casting call out here locally in Okinawa, Japan. So stay tuned and let's go meet up with Phil. All right, guys, so I'm here with Phil, and he is a proud owner, 1993 Nissan Skyline GTR R32, and I'm gonna let him tell you a little bit about it. Here's Phil's GTR. He's had a little bit of work done to it, just a little bit.
So this is a 1993 Nissan Skyline R32 GTR. When I first got it, it was completely bone stock. It was, I mean, it didn't even have an aftermarket air filter. Still had the stock air filter. I mean, pretty much everything that you see I've done to it, whether it be to the window tint, getting new grommets for the hood. The whole engine has been overhauled by Speed Factory. You're looking at cams, rods, pistons, crank, big single. It's got twin plates, gauges. I mean, I don't know, you name it, you'll see it on the video, but pretty much overhauled.
So how long have you had it now?
I've had it for a little over 2 years now.
2 years? And it's a 93, so it's eligible to go back to the States right now?
Correct, as of June 2018.
Sweet. And where's home for you back in the States?
California, unfortunately.
And when are you out of here?
I should be out here in about 4 months.
Oh, California? That's a carb state.
It's you know, I love cars and I love guns, and those are the two things that California does not do.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to have to put like stock exhaust back on it? Make it a Prius?
No, I am actually going to get a P.O. box and get residence in Arizona, California,
Smart.
Or Nevada.
Hell yeah.
There's no doubt. This thing is not going to pass.
So you guys might have seen this car in one of my videos in the past. I've done a few cars and coffee videos, and I always try to make an effort to come by and check this car out. Before I even met Phil, I was in love with this car. This is probably one of the first 32s I saw when I got to Okinawa. And this is probably the cleanest example. I personally can't think of a cleaner car right now. And recently, if you want to pop the hood, we'll show them what's underneath. But recently, he did a little bit of work to the engine, and it's probably safe to say it's one of the fastest 32 GTRs in Ireland right now. Is it the fastest? We don't know. Hasn't done a dyno, but it's definitely up there. What, top 5? Is it the one? You know 32s. You know the crew.
There's a couple out here with big singles. I don't know what extent they've done, but if anybody said that they had a horsepower in mind, they'd be lying to you. There's no dyno out here, but we can just see some of the similar builds that Australia does, and she's got a little bit of power underneath her.
So we got the Bog Warner turbo. What are the specs on this?
She's 8374 external wastegate with a 50 millimeter wastegate. Turbo Smart.
And you said the whole engine was redone?
Correct. So she's sitting on a 6-boost T4 manifold. Like I said, the cams, the rods, gears, CP pistons, it's all been completely rebuilt.
And one of my favorite things about this is how clean you have the engine bay. I know you recently did that. I saw some photos on that. You got all the wiring and everything out of here.
My thing is a lot of people rebuild engines, but when you look at the engine as a whole, if the background ain't popping out at you, it's kind of not worth it. So when I had the engine rebuilt, I had the whole engine bay resprayed, and from there it's just tweaking. So like right here, I didn't like the holes that the twin turbos, the pods had, so I had them cover that up, and there's still, it's not perfect. I got another one I got to cover up here. I just recently relocated the battery to the trunk, so I got a new coolant catch coming, and this right here is going to be all resprayed.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see it. Even the oil cap, little touches there.
Yeah.
I like the cam angle sensor. You got that chromed up. Looks real clean. You got the adjustable cam gears by Tomei.
And for me, it's the details. So like, you know, even like the small stuff like the dress-up bolts, the etching, the small Nismo parts, going to Nissan every single weekend and getting, you know, OEM factory parts that just kind of all brings it together. even like all the hoses. You know, every single weekend at Nissan, I'm so blessed to be out here in Japan in order to order that stuff and get it right here on hand rather than going back to the States and paying an arm and a leg for shipping.
Definitely, definitely. Another thing I like to point out about this car, it's not all power and looks. Well, it's not all power. It does have some fancy touches too, right? When it comes to the visual stuff. So I always see Phil out in his garage. We actually live pretty close to each other. He's always out working on something and posting on his Instagram. By the way, before we go any further, I'm gonna post his link below. He actually has it right here on his car. Go check out his Instagram. He's always doing all sorts of how-tos and custom headlight work. And what are some other things you're doing on there?
Electronics. I do Viper alarms, remote starts, anything electronic. I have all my speakers inside, amplified. I have one subwoofer in the back. Lighting, custom lighting, and car detailing, believe it or not. I'm not afraid to get my hustle on. I think that's how I built this car, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll post that below. Go check it out. Go follow him and go check out some of the stuff he's been doing. I'm always impressed. Every time you post something, I see the custom angel eyes you're doing, or even the Viper alarm, especially on these old cars. You know, I might have to hit you up one of these days for the Evo. But you know, you spend all this money on a nice car, a nice sports car, and you don't have power locks or a good alarm system. So it's definitely something worth investing a little bit of money in, and Phil's the guy to get it done. And you knock it out pretty quick, right?
Absolutely.
Turnaround time, so.
I've done it for a while now, and it's just come second nature to me.
And you recently put the HKS high power on, right?
That's correct. So it's an HKS high power 409, which is a 95 millimeter straight pipe back. To me, in my opinion, it sounds a little bit more deeper than a Tomei. Tomei is a little bit more tinny, and Tomei was a little bit too loud for me, especially when you go from a big single dump pipe to you know, your exhaust is just a little bit too loud. So it sounds pretty good in my opinion.
Oh yeah. All right, so Phil's now going to show us a little bit of the visual stuff he's got on the backside over here.
So commonly I always get the license plate. We got that over here at LTO. I love it. It's actually going to be just a garage ornament. I just love the custom plate. You can never get that anywhere else. And going up, the whole car has been resprayed, even including the trunk. As you can see, it's nice clear paint. The tail lights are Z LEDs. I love them. They were a pretty penny, but you know, when you have so many 32s, you got to stand out. I just recently did a battery relocation kit to the trunk. Also, the carpet had been redone with a hardwood. That subwoofer's coming out. I'm gonna get a small tin. It's just in there for now. But I have amps on both sides. One of them is for the subwoofer in the back, and then on the other side is to amplify all the speakers inside. For the inside, I have tweeters. I have 6.5s in the front, and then I also converted the backs to 6x9. They're all amplified. And then just my small touches. These don't come with really good lighting in here, so I put a couple little neon lights just to, I guess, help
spruce it up a little bit.
Yep. Like the small details for me, getting a brand new GTR badge. You know, the carbon fiber pieces really accent it really well. Just small stuff for me.
Yeah, I love your license plate. I always see it at night driving around. Yeah, so the license plate lights up. He was saying LTO, that's the Land Transportation Office?
Yes, that's correct.
You can go down and you can get a custom plate, and that's one of the few things not one of the few things, one of the many things I like about Japan, I should say. You got light up license plates out here, which are pretty cool.
So moving on to the side, I went with, I kind of made up my own version here. I got the N1 side skirts on the far right there, and then I'm pretty certain these came off with GTST, but I really liked the way they looked. I didn't like the full N1 to the back because the way it wrapped around, kind of nasty. Those are BBSs. They're 17s. They're actually special edition. They're Mimes, believe it or not. Mimes only made so many of them, and they're actually just plasti dipped. The calipers were painted by a good buddy of mine, Josh Meadows. But like I said, I plasti dipped them. They're actually silver with a polished lip. I just didn't feel like cleaning it, to be honest with you. And I figured I'd go a little bit bold since they're getting plasti dipped.
Oh yeah, they look good. I mean, plasti dip's not bad. You know, it protects them, and it's easy to come off. So I'm guilty. I've plasti dipped many things in the past.
I love plasti dip, man. That's my go-to.
All right, so we're about to hop in the car. Phil's gonna give me a little ride. We're gonna cruise around and see what this thing sounds like. But before we do, I just want to show you guys, you know, the natural beauty of Okinawa. A lot of you guys are always asking me, you know, we want to see more of the island, more of the island. Well, here you go. This is the Chatton Harbor. This is probably like, what, a mile, 2 miles away from where we live?
If that, yeah.
Right down the street. You can pretty much jog down here, no problem. In American Village, you guys, you know that big Ferris wheel, you've seen it. That's where we do cars and coffee. But enough about that. We're here for the GTR, and we're gonna hop in, Phil's gonna start it up. We're gonna see how this exhaust sounds and go for a ride.
Okay.
Oh yeah, go for it. Hell yeah.
That cam noise, I love
Hell yeah, that Loban. Go check it out. So for those that have never been in a R32 GTR, this thing is tight.
For sure.
I remember the first time I sat in one, and I felt like I was in a cockpit. It's not a bad thing. You
It's
want to be.
definitely made for racing, that's for sure. I mean, it's not like the Supra where everything's designed specifically for the driver. In a sense, like this piece right here, it's shifted more towards you. There's no reason why the passenger should be looking at that.
Yeah, right. So what do you think horsepower-wise, guesstimate?
I'm not a
7?
tanker, man. I don't know.
7?
I have no clue. I'm not even gonna give you that. She's a little over 300. Let's put it that way.
I'll be the butt dyno. A little bit over 300. All right, I'll be the butt dyno.
I took out my boost pill, man. A bunch of forums that gives you more horsepower, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I think I got a how-to for that actually.
I don't know. She's got a Haltech ECU. She's got a 4-bar map sensor. She's got the Haltech boost controller, the accessory, the wideband. She's all Haltech'd out. Right now she's purring a little different because she's not tuned yet, but she's got some horsepower to her.
Jeez. I feel like I'm in one of those videos where they're like, hey, grab a $20 bill.
You need to wear a low
I know, I need to wear a low-cut shirt and put a bra on.
I don't know, I just love the external wastegate. The noise that it makes is freaking truly amazing.
Just that scream.
Yeah, you can keep your cute little blow-off valves. I love the external. Yeah, once that external wastegate opens up, it screams. It really does.
So just for the record, all driving is done on a closed course.
Yep. This is a professional driver.
Professional driver on a professional driving course. Even at low RPMs, I just love that deep tone.
Yeah.
This car sounds angry, like it just wants to be driven fast.
I like it at idle. I really love the whole cam lope, if you will. Just that poke, 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 poke,
It's a
poke,
Japanese muscle car.
It really is. It really is. I agree. Tell you how fast we were going. It was definitely the speed limit though.
Definitely.
It's got a nice little pull through. I mean, I'm happy. My whole intention when building this, I didn't want a drag car. I wanted a street beast. I wanted a street beast that'll eat Mustangs and something that I can take to car shows. And I feel like I'm getting real close to achieving that.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're making a little U-turn. Making a little pit stop over here at Kadena Marina.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, look at this. Okinawa beauty. I hope the audio in this camera is picking up the noises and it's not picking up a bunch of wind noise.
Oh man.
Oh! This got smoked by a K car.
I'm not gonna feed into it. He wants me to. I'm not gonna feed into it.
All right, guys. So we're back here, back at Phil's place, about to head out, close this video out. But we got the car parked in the shade, and I want to show you guys these tail lights. And there's the license plate all lit up. things are awesome, man.
They're actually Bluetooth controlled, so if I don't want to drive around with a single ring, I can change it using the app, but it's pretty expensive. But the way I feel is, you know, there's so many 32s out, you got to really change it up to other people. So you got, like, you can do different startups, and then you can do, like, your driving around. You can have all of them lit up however you want to do it. There's so many crazy different features you can do on this car. And then when you hit the brakes, you can have it, you know, different speeds. It's just crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine going back to 1989, you know, when this car first came out and showing somebody, hey, check out this cell phone, look what I can do.
Yep.
It's crazy technology. Yeah.
Been here right now.
On a, you know, classic JDM Legend. And then the headlights, are you able to show
Sure.
these demon eyes?
So the demon eyes, if you can tell.
Oh yeah. Very nice.
At nighttime, it definitely stares at you. So then I have the halos as well.
And you can change these on the phone as well, right? All the different
yeah.
colors.
So same thing here. You can kind of go around and put whatever color you want. Just kind of more of a show type thing, that's all. You can adjust the brightness on it.
It's crazy. And you can install these, right?
I do, yep. That's pretty much how I built this car. Alarms and custom lighting.
So if you guys are here on Okinawa and maybe you just got here and you don't know Phil yet, he's kind of like the OG with electronics and installs for the Viper alarms like we mentioned earlier and the headlights. Hit him up, DM you on Instagram.
Instagram's fine, yep.
Maybe email.
Sure, we can give it.
Yeah, I'll put some contact information. And maybe if you're not on Okinawa, I don't know if you do, you know, custom orders where people can send you the stuff and you can mail it back if you have a GTR.
I've got people from America, Australia. Just depends. I mean, if it's worth it to you, then it's worth it to me.
Definitely. So definitely check him out. Like I said, go check out his Instagram so you guys can follow his GTR and his build. He's not done yet, which is kind of hard to believe because I don't think there's anything on this car that hasn't been touched. But he said there's some more stuff coming. So I'm curious to see. It's a little bit of a secret right now. Got to go follow you to.
Yeah, give me a follow for sure, but it's the small details for me, man. So like you said, that battery relocation kit, I don't like how it looks. As far as power goes, I'm done. I achieved what I wanted. It's just small stuff that kind of bugs me. You know, everybody's got that. You know, they know where the scratches are on the car, and a couple smaller things. The wheels are going to get changed up. Some of the stickers, different colors. Just small tweaks to get it to where I want it. Perfect.
Awesome.
You know?
Well, I know I've said it a million times. I love your car, man. Honestly, I'm glad you were able to, you know, let me film your car, and I felt like this was the perfect car to start this series off. So
thanks for the exposure, man.
Yeah.
Your channel, and your channel's getting freaking huge. So the fact that you're doing different cars like this is amazing.
My booty right there.
It's racing.
And let's take this thing out for a spin.
Let's do it. She's mean too.
But all right, guys, thanks for watching. Throw me a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. I will have a whole bunch more coming, and comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Should be the next car for the JDM Car of the Month. I'll probably do a little poll and maybe post it on my Instagram, and you know, you guys tell me what you want to see. But we'll catch you on the next video.